Hello everyone, welcome to Van. This is the show where I take a look at a piece of art, make a super ridiculous argument as to why a stupid ridiculous person think it'd be a good idea to either outright ban it, or at least make some good choice cuts. Now today, I'm looking at a slasher film. Also happens to be a Section 3 video nasty, so it has already been censored to a degree at one point in time. And we have an incredibly tame slasher, in fact. So tame that there had to be nudity put into the film just to give it an R rating. That's what we're looking at. Final exam. Alright. Obvious route. Comment on the gratuitous nudity and the little violence that there is. I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna try to push it a little bit. Push it. Be ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. That's the point of this. Ridiculousness. Alright, so what do I find so problematic about this film? Alright, it feels like, well, for example, within the first 15 minutes, two separate characters, give the OK symbol. And as we all know, the OK symbol is not okay. As most of you know by now, it's been adapted into a symbol of white supremacy. Very problematic. And then later on, one of the things that gets the events going somewhat is a school shooting. Yeah, sure, it's staged. It's not a real school shooting. In the context of this film, it was all a prank. But just the idea of a campus, even if they're all pretending just to freak everyone out, just the imagery could be enough to bring somebody that survived one of the endless shootings that we seem to have nowadays into a post-traumatic stress. Horrible. I think that's about it for that one. Fake shootings and white power. Alright, well, what do I think of this film? Well, I'm not much of a slasher guy. I usually don't do it a whole lot for me. There are some things in this movie that I do like, and it brings it up a little bit from just being a standard subpar slasher film, in my opinion. But it doesn't have any amazing, phenomenal status. They just do enough little things to make it slightly different, as in there are some times where it's actually kind of hard to tell who's going to die and who's going to live. All the characters are somewhat likable, and the characters, you'd think will make it, may not. Most people die. You can kind of tell where it's going. And another thing is the motivation of the killer. I'm not going to say any more else. I don't want to spoil it. If you want to check it out, see what I find so special about the killer's motivation, check it out. And this could be a film, help segue, if you have a younger viewer, help segue them into the more extreme stuff, since, as I said before, nudity, and it's only one scene towards the end, had to be put in order to give it an R rating instead of just being, a PG rated slasher film like Tourist Trap. Or even probably the original Halloween had a little bit of nudity in it. Even though it's weird, some films have nudity that does seem kind of gratuitous and it gets a PG rating, such as Airplane. It's a brief moment, it's a joke, but it's still weird sometimes. The rating system here in the United States has been weird, and it's always been weird, and it's never consistently weird. It changes a lot. So, it's not spectacular. It does do some interesting things. And apart from the few little things, this film was made specifically to be a very paint by numbers, done as quickly as possible film just to make a quick buck. It's definitely takes the Friday the 13th approach of creating a slasher film. Don't care about originality, just getting it done, getting it out there. So, it's okay. I've seen worse, but I have definitely seen better by far. But then, this isn't exactly my subgenre of horror of choice to begin with, so that kind of may bring it down anyways. But that is what it is. Feel free to check me out on mine, Spit Shoot, Stardust, link description, all those below. And if you have an idea for a film you'd like me to check out, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. God bless.